Hello team, I wanted to quickly run you through the successful completion of a TCS end user agreement, just for reference purposes when filling these out with clients in person. Right, I'm going to show you an example from receiving a end user agreement to sign. This is the support of the email that the client will receive. I'll obviously click on view quote. It'll then open up the Zoho sign app for the client to go ahead and proceed to sign. This is obviously the experience if the client was signing this documentation via our Zoho sign links. The similar information would be filled in if you were sitting in front of the client filling in a manual TCS end user agreement. So the information I'll go through can be used in both examples. All right, the client clicks on proceed documents. Out the way. Right, this is the document that opens up. And these are obviously all the fields on the documentation. You'll notice that some of the fields that you as a salesperson would normally fill in before sending this have now been transferred for the client to fill in everything. But I'm doing this just for the purpose of being able to run through a document from start to finish for those who are filling these documents out in person. All right, so page number 1 is going to be the master rental application and agreement. The customer will fill in their name, right? This will be their full name. Automatically, it falls in the name that's been pulled through from the document that you're sending to. So if you put in the client's or the customer's name, this is the information. If you click, it'll fill it in, right? You can obviously manually adjust it as the customer, which I'll do now. So I'll put my name there. Okay, and then full name again. That just kind of copies through copies across from there. So wherever I have the field full name, that information will be pre-populated. Okay, I should see it again somewhere down there. Yeah, there it is there. Okay. All right, surname. Sorry, I need to agree first. Sorry about that. So first thing the client must do is that they must agree to signing this documentation, agree and continue. Now it'll allow them full information. Okay. Surname, Hutchison. Okay, I'm not going to fill in obviously my full ID number. I know, yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Landline number is number 01500269. You'll see all the mandatory fields are marked with a star. This is what the client or customer has to fill in. Mobile number 83889. Email address, I'll use my personal email address here. Okay, street name and number. I'm going to make a fictitious address here just because YouTube don't allow this to be pulled through. I'll put there 1 first street. I'll put there suburb and the city is JHB. Postal code is 1234. Okay. Other details, obviously, you can see this isn't mandatory, so that you can leave that blank. You can go click next. Okay. Then upfront payment amounts. This is the total quote value. So if you had to do a $5.99 promo with installation fee, it'll be $5.99 plus the $9.99 installation fee. It gives you a 1,598 total. So you put in there 1,598 Rand is the upfront amount, including the first month's rental. And here you'll put in the monthly rental amount, $5.99. Okay. This is information that you normally fill in as the sales agent. The client normally wouldn't pull this information in. Annual escalation is 0%. That's a sales feature. Okay. Client now signs, obviously using their signature. I'll just maybe just draw a signature. Okay. Then it automatically, as you can see, it passes on to the next point. Surname, obviously my surname. Okay, as you've seen, full name pre-populates from the top, wherever the full name field is. ID number, obviously I'm creating a fictitious ID number here. Okay, passport number, as you can see, is optional if they're using a passport instead of an ID. Here I'm leaving as blank, so I'll click next. Signed at, place where I'm signing at, let's say Bryanston. Okay, on the 20th March 2026. Okay, signature again, name and surname. Okay, now we're down to the debit order mandate. This is the name of the account holder. I'll just show you that. So let me just go next. You can see account holder name back. Let's put there my name. Okay, address 1 First Avenue suburb. Okay, bank. I'm going to put down fictitious bank here. This is obviously the bank the client uses. Bob Bank. Branch is HB or could be Santon. Okay. Account number. I'll put a fictitious number in here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Debit order amount. Again, this is an amount that you fill in as a salesperson. I'm going to pull it in here as the client. Well, I'm going to fill it in here for example purposes. This amount is the amount on the monthly fee, or if this is a client's second or third addition to their rental, this will be the total rental amount. So, for example, if a client had installed one camera historically at $199 per month, and they already had an agreement with us for $199, now they're adding a second camera for $199. This agreement would be for $199 additional monthly fee, but the debit order mandate would be this agreement plus the previous agreement added together, giving you $398. Okay, so you add the total agreements the client has, the monthly amount for all those agreements, and that amount goes into this debit order mandate here. Okay, for this example, this is the client's first deal, and this amount is going to match the initial amount of $599, which is the monthly rental there. Okay, so I'll put there 599. Again, this amount is normally filled in by you, the sales agent, and then I choose debit order date either being the 1st or the 15th. I want to just see those dates again. Can't see them here, unfortunately. So I need to fix that. So let's say it's the 1st. Contact number for the customer. I'll put 083528899. Okay, what date is the document signed? Again, you complete this as a salesperson. That'll be today, and that'll also be today, date that you completed the agreement. Okay, this is the payment instruction for December debit orders. So if the client is opted for the 15th as the debit order date of choice, then it would always be the 15th, no matter what. See if it's 15th over there, which is this tick box over there, then it would be 15th, no issues. But this is also for customers who prefer debit orders on the 1st of the month. What we generally do for customers on the 1st during the December month is you run their January 1st debit orders on the 15th. So in other words, you run it 15 days ahead of schedule, right? So they'll pay a debit order on the 1st of December, and then another debit order on the 15th of December, okay? Some customers may have a problem with this. They don't receive bonuses or 13th checks, or don't get paid before they go on leave. For those customers, they can make manual requests through to us via email, and we'll load those debit orders to be run on the 2nd or 3rd of January, depending which day is not a holiday, and those clients will have exclusive agreements with us. Okay, but generally speaking, most customers will obviously choose the 15th because they normally get paid before they go on leave or company shutdown. All right. Then signing of the mandate, obviously where's the place? It'll be Bryanston again. Okay, on this day, which is the 20th. And then it's month and year, which is March 26. Okay, signature. Okay, sales agent. So it's just the buyer who's the sales agent. I'm going to put here Ricky Hodgson. All right, and then agreement reference number is always the lead number. Okay, you can double check that where it says, oopsie, back to down here, where it says lead number, click on it, and lead number is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, initials now. For the terms and conditions, the client does their first initial here. You can just put in here like something like so. Okay, or the client has the option to upload, similar to their signature, they can upload a signature or an initial, okay, choosing images via the desktop. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll click OK and insert the initial again, 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 and again, lastly, the bottom page. Okay, that is it. Now, once you're finished filling in all the mandatory fields, you'll see that a finish green icon or button pops up on the top right-hand corner. I can now, or the customer can now click finish. Okay, before all the mandatory items are filled in, it would show you that this button will not be highlighted, will not be available. Okay, so let me show you an example of this. If I remove this fictitious ID number over here, okay, what you'll see here as a customer is there's one field remaining. Okay, field remaining 1. If I click finish here, it will allow me to finish. Some fields are left unfilled. Okay, and if I move down here, let's just move down down a little bit. I'll try and move down beyond this. Actually, let me remove more than one mandatory field. I'll move this lander number as well. Okay, and you'll see there are 2 fields remaining. If I click on the 2, it'll take me to each one. Okay, as you can see, if I click on the 2, it takes me to that one and that one. So that's just for how-to for customers. If they ever have a problem with finishing these documents, you tell them to go on the top left-hand corner. It'll tell you how many fields are remaining, and then simply click on the number. They'll take them or cycle them through each missing field. Okay, so lander number, put the number in again, 010 015 026. If the customer hasn't got a lander number, they can fill in an alternative cell phone number there, or just fill in their cell phone number in twice. Okay, then I click next over here, and it'll take me to the next available field that's outstanding. Then I'll put the fictitious ID number in here. The reason I'm saying fictitious so many times is because YouTube actually, when I upload this onto YouTube, they then verify the information, and I can't put real information in these fields, otherwise it blocks the video. Okay, all right, now that I've done that, it now says you successfully filled all fields. Click finish to complete. I click finish, and now it basically says the sales agent gets notification that it's been completed, and now the customer has the option to say, well, I've completed it. Do I want to email a copy to me, print a copy, or download a copy? Let's say I should email it to me. It now sends the copy to me as the customer. Okay, that is how to complete a document. For those who fill this in manually, please obviously make sure that the copy that I've saved now, I'll be sending out to everyone to review. Keep that on hand to make sure you fill these things in correctly at all times. Otherwise, it will be rejected and the contract will get delayed. Thanks, guys.